Okay, so what's going on, y'all? Hey, what's going on? As you do? Welcome to my podcast, Pull Up Pop Up Podcast. This is our episode 2, second episode. We got several videos out, but this is our new podcast episodes. So yeah, we want to talk a little bit about, man, you know what's been going on with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett Smith. I know y'all seen the news. Y'all done seen the slap, I'm sure, from a couple of years ago. And you've been seeing the news lately about Jada and her new book. Yeah, that's crazy, right? She been promoting her new book, and apparently it's not doing that good. Her sales are not doing that good. She's not trending that high on the Amazon bestsellers and all the other different bestsellers lists. So that's not good for her. It's probably good for Will, because I know he's about tired of that shit. But let's talk about it, man. Is Will a simp? That's the biggest question, you know. I'm sure we all been there before. I wouldn't necessarily say he a simp. You know, a little square, but Will always been square, you know. He always been a little squarish. And as far as my gaydar goes, he's been a little gay, bisexual, to say the least, which is cool. Hey, to each his own. Jada always came off as bisexual, so that's nothing new there either. We heard all the rumors about them being in an open relationship, and each one of them liking the same sex and also liking the opposite sex. We heard of things about them swinging, and we know about Jada and her entanglements. We done heard about Will, you know, with his infidelity. So we know it goes on. And it goes on in every relationship. They're not the only couple that's dealing with stuff like that. But is he a simp? You know, some of the things is like I said, I don't necessarily think he's a simp. I think he's a little square. You know, and probably just whipped. You know, that seemed like more to it than being a simp. He just pussy whipped. You know, the stories back then, you know, and the stories that's been trending always have been that Jada is a freak. You know, as a man, you know, hell, a freak is a freak. You know, you want to keep your freak. You know, you don't want nobody else freaking on your freak. So, you know, him and Jada probably got some freaky tales, you know, and they don't want to be, Will ain't trying to separate from that, you know. You know, I mean, if you got a woman that's getting down, that's willing to get down with you, you know, on some freaky shit, and you know, Will ain't never had no problem getting no girl, you know. I mean, if you go back to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, shit, he had some of the baddest chicks in the industry. On that show, from Tyra Banks, shit, man, the list goes on and on. I can't even name them all. I mean, hell, his co-star Hillary was cutie. I don't know if that was her real name. Well, I know that ain't her real name, but Hillary was a cutie, and then the other one grew up to be a cutie. So, and then hell, even the mom, the first mom on there, I was a shit. Man, I liked her little chocolate ass. You know, so and I mean, if you watch the shows, he always kept a bad chick on there. I mean, he kept a bad chick. So I think he liked girls. I'm sure he loved girls, and women. He loved women, but I guess he also liked boys too. You know, like I said, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, to each his own. If that's what he get into, that's what he like. That's what he like. You know, shit, I ain't got no heaven or hell to put nobody in. But with that being said, man, I don't know. He should be handling Jada just totally different. You know. Most girls like bad boys, you know, and Will never was considered to be that, you know. Will, you know, parents just don't understand, you know. Will was corny, was a corny rapper, you know, from what we would say back in the days. I mean, he got rich off of that shit, so it wasn't that goddamn corny. And then his movies, you know, he made a ton of movies, some good, some bad, but he still made a ton of movies. And he got major cash, you know. Will getting $10-20 million a film, you know, Shit, his appearance fees is probably off the chain, you know. And hell, we know Jada never really could act, you know. She always just was cute, you know. Cute could go a long ways. Cute go a long way when you're cute. Some people think Jada is skinny, too skinny, but for me, she's the perfect size. I like slim girls like that, you know. I like American Next Top Model type shapes and bodies. So for me, hey, I ain't mad at Will. I'd have been chasing that ass too. But Will, you know, he was traveling. You know, Will did a lot of traveling, and he made an excuse up one time. I remember checking out one of his videos, and he said that he came back home. He used to come back home every weekend. He was in China, I guess, Tokyo or somewhere, filming one of his movies. I think it was the one with his son, Karate Kid. So I think it was that one, and he was saying that every weekend he'd jump in a plane and fly back home, but he said it was to come for his oldest son football game, one of his games. And you all know that's some bullshit. You know, niggas send me a tape, you know, go live, you know, shit. Call me before and after the game, and I can't fly all the way back to America just to watch you play in the Pee Wee League. You know, so you know that was some bullshit. He was chasing that pussy. Excuse the French, but you know, he was chasing that ass. He was trying to get back there, man, and see what Jada was doing. You know, they understand they had a secret sex room, so you know, he was coming to check and see what's happening in the room. You know, was the pillows moved around? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't blame him, man, for chasing, but then at the same time, you still got to be a boss in your relationship, and that's what his problem was. He wasn't being no boss. Sometimes you let the women take control, and I did that, you know, with my relationship, my long-time relationship with my wife, with my ex-wife. I got with her, and I end up gravitating to her family and her ways, rather so than making her gravitate to me and my family and my ways. I became the simp in the relationship, you know, but I still was a player. I was a gangster about it, you know what I'm saying? I was already a monster. So that's probably where Will fucked up at. He should have brought out his monster, you know. And the monster is, you know, bitch, do what you gonna do. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, you know, and we just see how this shit turn out in the end. So he should have, you know, put his pimping down and stepped on her neck, you know, and hey, shit, this is how this shit gonna be, you know, and you know, for me personally, I would have took that red table and tossed that motherfucker right out the back patio door, right into the fucking swimming pool. You know, you want to do a red table talk episode, you're gonna be doing that motherfucker from the pool, you know, because she humiliated him, you know. She humiliated herself a lot of times, because a lot of times she's you know, she's more like into the gossip, you know, into the gossip sites of the world, you know, and for her to be a star and married to an A-lister star, that's crazy. When you think about it, that's absolutely crazy, because she should have been straight up just low key, traveling the world, you know, living life, hanging out. You know, if she into all kind of crazy sex, she could have been doing that shit in different countries, you know, instead of sitting around sucking up the bullshit from the industry. You know, you're a part of the industry. Why you want to suck up and play into the industry, or deal with the bullshit that comes with the industry? When you're a part of the industry, you can control how shit come to you and how you know what's coming out of your camp. And apparently Jada don't give no fuck about that, because she letting all kind of bullshit come out of her camp right now. And Will apparently don't have no balls, because a real man to stop that shit. A real man to be like, hold up, baby, we not doing this. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this book, fuck that red table, you know, fuck all this shit. We don't even need this shit. You know, we don't need none of this, bitch. Go do some philanthropy shit. You know what I'm saying? Go open up a library some goddamn where. You know, go feed the homeless. Do some shit like that. Get your ass off this motherfucker gossipy ass red table talk. You know, And the fact that she keep bringing up Tupac is really crazy. You know, Tupac been dead for 30 years now, you know, and she's still feeling some type of way about this nigga, you know, and growing up, you know, you could see Tupac was playing two roles. You know, Tupac was very intelligent, you know, he educated, you know, and he ain't no gangster. He wasn't from the streets and all that bullshit that he portrayed, you know. But when you're around, you know what I'm saying, and when you're in the industry, you're in the game, you got to live up to this hype. So he became this gangster nigga, you know, and he out here acting a fool. I remember I was at a concert in Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's my hometown. I was at a concert years ago, and it was a Tupac concert. There's a bunch of different other rappers, man. But Tupac was on the stage, and I guess somebody threw something up on the stage. I don't know if it was some water or whatever it was. Somebody threw something on the stage, and all hell broke loose in that arena. I'm talking about, you know, Tupac found out about the gangsters in Milwaukee, cause them niggas stormed the stage, tore the stage up, tore all the equipment up, went through the back looking for them niggas, looking for Tupac and his entourage. Them niggas blew up out of there, ran to the hotel, ran across the street to the Hyatt, and them niggas went over to the Hyatt and tore that motherfucker up. You know, I tried to get out of there. I broke my window on my convertible, trying to hurry up and let my convertible up and get the fuck from down there. And something I did wrong, and I popped the glass on my convertible, so my night was really fucked. But Tupac night was fucked too, because they was at his ass, and he ain't been back to Milwaukee since after that, because he wasn't even welcome in Milwaukee no more behind that bullshit. I mean, it was just they was on the stage, fuck you and fuck you this and kiss my ass and I'm gonna kick your ass, and he telling motherfuckers whoever threw that water or whatever it is, whoever threw that shit, just point him out so he can fuck him up. And them niggas like, point him out, nigga, you gonna get fucked up. And them motherfuckers charged Tupac now, man. But you know, that's something else. That's a whole different story. But let's get back to Will, you know. But the thing is, man, Will got all that, you know, all the elements. You know, he's, you know, handsome guy, tall guy. You know, light skin is kind of in, kind of out. You know, depends on who you ask. I'm light skinned, so I have my issues with that. You know, but still, man, money is money. You know, when you got a bunch of motherfucking money, you could damn near have any girl you want, man. You know, for real. That's just not no. There ain't no guess. You know, I done did wonders with the little bullshit money I done had. So I know if I had some real money, the shit I can get a motherfucking bitch to do would be, you know, crazy, you know, but I done did good with the little money I done had, so I know Will is enjoying, you know, Will can take a bitch to the motherfucking Cayman Islands shit just to go get some motherfucking coffee if he wanted to, you know, shit, he can do what the fuck he want to do whenever he want to do it. So Will should have been bouncing bitches off Jada. That's what he should have been doing. He should have been bringing bitches to Jada and bouncing bitches off Jada. You know what I'm saying? He should have been, you know, had Jada traveling across the fucking globe to see what the fuck he was doing. You know, rather than him trying to figure out what she doing. You know, beat the pussy up and leave, nigga, shit. Leave that pussy raggedy and beat up. You know, when you go get on the plane, that pussy laying up in the bed raggedy and beat up. You know, you got to lay pipe, man. You got to, you know, got to do what you got to do. You know, and then if you know she like girls, then nigga, bring her girls home. You know, or allow her to bring girls home. You know, don't be all in your feelings about that shit. You know, you like boys, shit, bring boys home. Bring some niggas home to bust her down. You know, y'all could be having all kind of crazy fun, you know. But, you know, I ain't recommending that shit, you know, but hey, you know, if the shoe fit, wear that motherfucker. But shit, I'm just saying, you know, Will could have did it all the way different. Will should have did it all the way different. And it's still not too late to do it all the way different. I wouldn't recommend no divorce. You know, it's cheaper to keep her. Y'all done made it this far. You know, you guys still got young kids. They not, you know, they not kids. You got, you know, they adults. But, you know, you still got them. And so, you know, eventually you'll have some grandkids coming along. You know, Jada mama is always, that's another thing too. You don't too much hear messy shit about her, but you know, god damn, man, you got the shit. You gotta get a life, get you some dick somewhere. You know, I need to see you with a man. Shit, what the fuck? You know, they got to set her up and get her out their business. You know, move her around. You know, the shit. Get her a fucking condo in Atlanta somewhere, you know, send her somewhere, you know, where she can go live her life and do her own thing and get out of y'all business. Because, you know, every time you tell her the red table talk, you got the mama, you got the daughter, you know, and that's just a bunch of fucking bullshit in the air, you know, when y'all could be doing so much more with y'all time and energy and money. Y'all sitting around gossiping and shit about motherfuckers in the industry. You know, like I said, you know, go do some flippant. I can't even get the word out right. You know, but go volunteer. Go do something with your money, man. Go buy up some shit. You know, buy up some land, buy up some houses for the homeless, some mini houses, some shit. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff that y'all could be doing, man. Go help some of these schools from your neighborhood. I believe Jada's from Baltimore. Go to Baltimore and help some of the community. We are from Philly. Go to Philly, you know, help the community, help some of the nonprofits, help the grassroots nonprofits. Spend your energy and your time doing shit like that, and you won't have the time or the energy to do this stupid shit. You won't even have time and energy to think about all that stupid shit. You know, so that's my thing, man. Now, like I said, I don't think the man is a simp. I just think the man, you know, he just ain't got that bad boy. You know, they got the movie Bad Boy, but he ain't got that bad boy in him. He just don't. He never did have it. You know, you could see a person's personality when you watch their movies. If I see you enough, I could see your personality. You know, Will always had swag. You know, always was able to dress nice. You know, like I said, he had all the bad bitches on the show. You know, but he should have kept them bad bitches in his real life. You know what I'm saying? Because Jada would have been mad at me because I'd have had 10 bitches at the house. She'd have been my wife, but it'd have been 10 bitches there at all times. You know, every time I hired a motherfucker, it'd have been another bad bitch. You know, bitch, you wanna play these motherfucking reindeer games? Let's do it. You know, I'd have had badass maid, I'd have had a badass chef. You know what I'm saying? My motherfucking gardeners would have been females. You know, fuck it. Every time I looked up, my assistants would have been a badass female, and I'm talking about all of them would have been prettier than her. As pretty as she is, every last one of them would have been prettier than her, smarter than her, on their game, you know, shit like that, you know. And it wouldn't have been a sex thing. It would have just been, look, this is how it's gonna be. Bad bitch, bunch of bad bitches together. Let's do this shit, you know. So yeah, that's my whole thing, my whole take on it, man. I don't think the man is a simp. I don't think the man is a wimp. I don't think the man is a pussy. I just think the man just ain't got the bad boy gene. You know, sometimes you just don't have that bad boy gene, and see, she's stuck in that. She's remembering Tupac as the bad boy. You know what I'm saying? And so she ain't seen this man, you know, in 30 years. So all she got to go on is that image that she remember him by. You know, and so that image is steady festering in her head, and she steady seeing more gangster and gangster ass nigga. And when shit happens in her life, she like, damn, what would Pop done in there? I wonder what Pop would have done, you know, and shit like that. So she's festering that shit, and that shit is marinating in her monkey, and her monkey just steady getting hot while she's thinking about this nigga. So she's fantasizing about this nigga because Will ain't putting it down right. Will ain't holding her down right. Will ain't treating her like she want to be treated. You know, not all women want to be treated like women all the time. You know, like I said, females love the bad boy, man. I got more ass when I became this drug dealer, gangbanger, bad boy nigga in the hood. You know, when I was this young, cool, when I was this young, not even cool, just this young regular motherfucker in church, you know, shit, man. I mean, I did all right then, but I could have did much better. Let's just say that I could have did much better. I lost a few girls, you know, because I was too nerdy, you know. And then I grew up. I'm still nerdy to this day, you know. I grew up nerdy. But what I did, man, I had a situation that kind of fucked me up, and I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna do a full podcast on it. It's basically my relationship with my ex-wife and how things changed and how she created a monster. So she created a monster early on in our relationship, and I was so in love with her that I didn't want to leave her, and I didn't want to leave my kids. But she actually did this before we even had kids. This was before we had the kids. She did this, and I didn't want to leave her. I was simping. I was like Will. I knew I had a little freak on my hands. I knew I had. She was body size that I liked. She was slim, real skinny. So she's the body size. I like skinny girls. So I'm gonna keep it 100. I said it a few times. So she I liked her. My grandfather warned me about her too, though, so which is crazy part about it. He told me that she's not really the right one for me. I didn't want to hear that shit back then either, so I didn't pay no attention. But I understand how Will feel because I did that shit, But she had created a monster. She accidentally created a monster, and so I used that monster whenever I felt like I was being mistreated, mishandled. I felt like shit wasn't going my way. So I said, you know what, I got something for your ass. And then I just pulled the monster out. I was like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I drank my potion and shit, it was on and popping. And then one thing it did, it boosted my confidence up when it came to females, because what happened is I started I had a thing for, but females I dislike. I said I was bitter when it came to females, and so me being bitter actually helped me because it stopped me from being afraid to talk to different girls. It stopped me from being afraid to approach different girls because I had this I don't give a fuck attitude. And so with that I don't give a fuck attitude, I'm going to holler at the baddest bitch in the building and see where it go, And one thing I found out right away was the baddest bitch in the building is the one that want to be hollered at the most, because ain't nobody else hollering at her because niggas is scared to holler at the baddest bitch. They think she uppity and she too sophisticated, she too much of this, too much of that. But in the end, they all the same. They all females. You just handle them all the same. And the same thing boils down to the same thing. They like bad boys. Females don't like nerds. Females don't like little wimps. Females don't like little punks. You know what I'm saying? They like, they like roughnecks, and you have to be a little roughneck with them, be a little rough with them. And I still never did go into the jury and the golds in my mouth and, the dreads and all, back then, I didn't do none of the shit that a lot of the ballers or hood niggas was doing, I didn't sag or all that shit. I dressed real casual, real cool, real clean, real laid back, But like I said, when you seen me, it was a bad bitch with me, and that in itself, changed the game for you, changed the game for the respect that you give, changed the game for how motherfuckers treat you in the neighborhood and all that kind of shit. So again, man, Will Smith, is he a simp? No. Is he a wimp? No. Is he a pimp? Hell no. So Will just got to get his shit together. Will need to hang out with a motherfucker like me, you know what I'm saying? Come to Vegas, Will. Come to Vegas, man, and let's hang out, man, and I can show you how to do this shit, you know what I'm saying? And then Jada's getting old anyhow, you know what I'm saying? So you done beat the pussy up as long as you could. Let somebody else beat that monkey up now, man, That's how I look at it. But anyhow, I'm at the studio, just heard the ice cream truck go by. I got a mobile studio, so I'm at the mobile studio. We pull up, pop up. That's why we call it pull up, pop up podcast. We could pull up on you anywhere, do our podcast and pull off. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be doing pull up podcasts throughout the rest of the year, for eternity if possible. With special guests. So if you want to check us out, remember, if you want to check us out, go to channels.biz. Go to channels.biz. That's our new app, business app. So you go there, add your podcast, check out other podcasts, check out our podcast, add your business. So it's a real cool app. So get a chance, check that out. The link will be in the description. But with that being said, man, hey, all I can do is wish Will and Jada the best. Like I said, don't get divorced. It's too late. It's just cheaper to keep her. Jada can get damn near 75% of the man's wealth. It's LA. LA busts a motherfucking head when it comes to divorce. So, You know, keep her ass, man. You know, put her ass on a payment plan and put her ass somewhere in the motherfucking, you know, if she got the house, keep her in the house. You don't need that motherfucking shit. That's the family house. That's where you go for Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas and all that bullshit. Nigga, get you a motherfucking condo somewhere on, you know, somewhere and shit by the beach, man, and just live it up, man. Go through the Rolodex, man. You know, go through the Rolodex and see what, you know, the old Tyra Bankses of the world is doing, man. You know, call them up. Hey, come on through. This is Big Willie. You know, shit, get DJ Jazzy Jeff up in that motherfucker to spin 2 wheels on the steel, you know. The party cracking and shit. So let me know, man. I'm in Vegas, man. Holla at me anytime. But I'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace and hair grease. Love.